I think overall, the level of fashion, cooking, and just looks, like how people look. I mean, I love old movies and shit, and I'll look at some guys and I'm like, that guy's fucking 31. He looks like he's 56.
Yeah.
Like that's what a 56-year-old looks like that lives in a city. You know, like some of the people back then, I mean.
Guys like Brian Dennehy used to exist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Brian Dennehy was kind of a sex symbol to certain types of women. My nanny, my grandmother from Ireland, loved Brian Dennehy.
Now, like guys like George Kennedy. George Kennedy always looked like he was 63. His whole career. I don't know if you know who that guy is, but he was in those
Get up George Kennedy.
He was in Cool Hand Luke.
Yeah.
He actually was played opposite Frank Drebin in The Naked Gun.
I know exactly who it is. He was never young.
Look at that guy's face. Always looked old.
Yeah.
Well, let's try to get when he's sort of young. Look up young George Kennedy.
And still.
And you can see, too, look at that guy is like, you would not want to fight that guy.
No.
On any level.
Still could pass for his mid-40s there.
Yeah. Good looking son of a bitch.
He was distinguished.
Yeah. Get mad at them eggs.
He was a distinguished guy.
Yeah. There was no
Timothy Chalamet.
Well,
and God bless him.
People smoked and they drank. They ate fucking, like, they didn't know how to put the diet together or whatever that they were eating. You know, nowadays, I mean, I just met a guy who was an agent and all he drinks is like these fucking smoothie shakes. And this guy, dude, I've never said this about another man. He was radiant.
Yeah.
Like I thought about him for like 3 days. His hair was like a fucking, like a, you know, like those collies.
Yeah.
That are at Westminster.
Yeah, it's a border collie.
Shiny.
Yeah, you would brush.
He had like, you know, when the chicks do that thing in the shampoo commercial from behind and it comes down and there's like that rainbow. Like that was in this guy's hair.
You think a guy like that that's so radiant eventually just hits a point one day where he just, is it like Michael Douglas in Falling Down, where he just at a stoplight one day just gets out of his car and just starts going nuts? Like people that are
what would be him going now? He goes into a Jack in the Box?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like he has French fries. I mean, he loses it and has a mozzarella stick. But I mean,
I love how you compare just drinking smoothies to a guy going on a shooting spree.
Well, I just mean that, like, it seems like it's got an expiration date. That's all. Like a life of smoothies.
Oh, no, I think it was beyond that. Like, I think he was one of those people that went to scientists and had his DNA. It was fucking impressive.
Yeah.
So
is that impressive or is a little bit of it like, I don't know. I understand that it is impressive to keep yourself.
Look, there's obviously a level of ridiculous vanity to it, but to just know that that's possible.
Yeah.
You know, it was very like Michael Jordan.
Right.
Like a lot of those moves that kids did for the last 20 years is because Jordan showed you that you could do it. Right. And that's the genius of the first guy, the Jimi Hendrix, the Eddie Van Halens, the guys like that. So like, as far as like being like in shape, you know, that guy did not make me afraid of being 60 at some point.
He's inspired. Well, people are getting older and older and looking better and better. And maybe, you know, I mean, people are thriving well into old age.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's interesting.
Well, considering they turned our food into poison, I don't know how we're doing it.
Well, because we're turning it back into non-poison, but it just takes money. Because you can really eat the best of the best.
All right, now what do you think you need to make a year?
Yeah.
To eat the way a fucking hobo ate in the 1920s. Where everything was fucking organic.
Yeah, you'd have to make a lot. You have to make a lot of money.
What do you think? What do you think the number is?
Well, 200,000 a year after taxes in this state, easily. To eat wild salmon, to eat organic everything. Yeah. You don't think so?
That seems low. Dude, organic food is fucking,
it might be low.
It's super expensive and then it goes bad really quick.
Immediately.
Like the fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
The way you eat the fries in the McDonald's on the way home, you got to be eating the fruits and vegetables.
Will you let your children have fast food every now and then? Like, because my parents let us have it all the time, which was the wrong way to do it. Mm-hmm. In the 90s, they would McDonald's, it was like, hey, party time, Wendy's, all that stuff. Very bad.
Oh, Wendy's. The Wendy's was like going out getting steak when I was a kid.
Wendy's was amazing.
Do you remember when they used to have the newspaper tabletop, the old-timey newspapers?
And a salad bar?
Yeah, that nobody went to?
Nobody went to it, but it had pudding. Wendy's was the top of the line fast food when I was growing up.
It was the only one that actually looked like it used real meat.
Yeah. And they had the square burger.
which was weird.
It was weird, but it was the way for them to say this is meat. It was the way for them to say it's different. We're different. Yeah,
Branding.
It was a weird brand where they were like, no, this is an actual thing.
Yeah, to answer your question, I don't take them out for fast food.